Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review of the Avengers issue 36, 2023. Ooh, and this one is a wraparound cover, so we get Caps and Thor. Yeah, $4.99. It says epic finale. Not really. I mean, it's a good finale of pretty much seeing the kind of takedown of this iteration of the Avengers, not in a bad way or anything, but just a ramping down for setting up the next kind of thing. But I liked it, how it kind of worked out, and let's get into it. Kiln 2, Omega Core Intergalactic Prison. So, what are you in for? Attempted multiversal omnicide. Omnicide, what's that? The murder of everything that exists of the entire cosmos. And yet we're still all here. Hence, attempted. You could thank the Avengers for that. I'll have to send them my regards. But in the meantime, what I'm hearing is that you tried to kill me. Me and all the rest of us. And so we're like, okay, Kang is in trouble. Here's what we think about that. Defeated, humiliated, incarcerated. The Avengers have taken everything from me. As they have time and again. But this time, this final time, I cannot survive it. I'm feeling my weakness, my failure, the futility I drown in. I'm feeling my age. I've exhausted my capability to start anew. I cannot. I do not have it in me. And I like how the paneling's going kind of crazy here, just like as Kang's getting beaten by these guys. The Avengers have killed me. It's like, okay, we're in Wakanda now. T'Challa, Carol, what are you looking at? The only thing worth looking at. Burnin Zana, the Golden City, the throne of Wakanda. Aren't you the Black Panther? Didn't you just reclaim the throne of the Intergalactic Empire of Wakanda? See Imperial Issue 4. You're asking questions you already have the answers to, Captain Marvel. Then give me an answer I don't have. Isn't that throne enough? Heh. I was born to be king, Carol. Raised to be. It is the iron core of my being. What everything else that makes me who I am is wrapped around. And no king has ever understood the concept of enough. It's like, okay. But it's kind of interesting seeing him take off his mask there for that. You really can't let anything go, can you? If I could, I would not be who I am. And were I not who I am, I could not do the things required of me. Things the Avengers have required of me, which is why you are here, isn't it? You are letting things go because you are able to. You're stepping down as chair of the Avengers. You're disbanding the team. Okay. And I kind of like this of like just kind of one iteration gone, so that way we can get the new one kind of going in. So that's pretty much what this is, kind of like getting everybody's kind of pulse on what's going on. And of course we stop at Wanda next, who's looking pretty great in her Sorcerer Supreme kind of stuff. Detroit, yeah, I think my time as chair is done. And how do you feel about that, as they're fucking fighting like tentacle-eyed motherfuckers? Art's great. And paneling as well, because it's got minimal kind of borders, but so that way we can see pretty much all of the page. Like, yeah. I don't know, Wanda. Like I said, it feels like it's time, but it also feels like giving up. Really, Carol, you sound like T'Challa. Ha, I was just talking to him. As she, like, blasts a car into there. As the newly minted Sorcerer Supreme, see Sorcerer Supreme Issue 1. And that's cool. And I do now have that on my pull list, so I am intrigued to see what's going on with that. Take it from me, Carol. Nothing truly ends, least of all the Avengers. Very true, Wanda. All of us, we serve for a time when we are needed, and then spend time away when others carry the load. Death and rebirth. Winter followed by spring, followed by summer, into autumn and winter once more. Myths are cyclical, Carol. And make no mistake, the Avengers are mythic. Very true. She's like doing great blasting of like crimson swords and everything, and then that's a really cool pose there as they've kind of finished that out. But I do like that. These are our modern myths, and they change up and everything for like different kind of creative teams and everything, and it should be built in a cycle like that. Like we get to a kind of story beat and everything, and we got it wrapped up. Not all of them. We can have some die, some come back, just changing up like that. I'm like, yeah. I take it more as like not just being like, oh yeah, you're iconic, you're mythic and everything like that. They're literally the myths that we talk about and like go through with. The Storm Sanctuary, currently 1 mile above Barret's, France? Barret's, France? Mythic. Storm. Wanda said that. Come on, of course she did. Sorry if I mispronounced that. Well, I suppose she is the Sorcerer Supreme. The post comes with certain expectations. Very true, as we get like pumpkins and fucking hippos. So, the end of the Avengers, the end of this iteration of the Avengers. And that's the point. That's fine. Iterations come and go. We wrapped the mystery of the missing moment. We saved the world from Kang. More than saved it, if I understand correctly. Yeah, well, that's a little too big for me to think about right now. I'll unpack that with Tony later, but the mission is over, you know? Is it? This one is. It's time for a change. I suppose you're right. It's just that I've never been able to consider a mission finished. But I've had this same mission since Charles Xavier brought me to his home and shared with me the dream. All of this, everything, even my position with the Avengers, is an extension of that mission. Well, that's the thing. You've got one mission that really never ends, and that makes sense. Aurora? And that mission never ends. Yeah. Central Park, New York City. Sam. And I do like the blue bordering for Sam. Changes up a little bit. Hey, I agree with you. Ever since you assembled this team, we've been on the trail of the missing moment, whether we knew it or not. And that's done. Time to pivot. Stay nimble. I should be relieved after everything we went through. The Grandmaster, Terminus, Orchis, Hyperion, the Blood Hunt, Doctor Doom taking over the world. God, don't remind me. But what? I should be relieved, but, did I do a good job, Sam? You really gonna lay that on me, Carol? Hey, you're Captain America. You have to shoot straight with me. Yeah, that's actually kind of part of the position. I don't think good job is a judgment we can give ourselves, because when we do a bad job, people die. Yeah, but, let me get there. The problem is, people die when we do a good job. We stopped the blood hunt, and thousands still died. But that left the rest of the population of the planet alive, to say nothing of what we just did in the ruins of Battleworld. I can't say if you did a good job, Carol. I can't say if any of us did, because that depends on the mathematics of living and dying that keep me up at night. But what I can say is that I'm proud of everything we did as Avengers, and I think you should be proud too. And I actually really like Sam's view on that, because you succeeded in stopping a horrible event, but people still died. If you go about it saying that no people died as your good job, some of them could be in a state that could technically be considered worse than death. So there has to be other kind of things involved with the mathematics that Sam brings up, and I agree. I think they should be proud. So we shift to the Amazon with Vision. And I like that we pretty much just take our little time and talk with everybody here. What's this, Vision? I'm marking out a reforestation project, Carol. Ah, nice. I really enjoyed the garden that you and Camelot created up there in orbit, as did I. We take our energy from the sun, both plants and myself. It has been strangely comforting to observe that link between the organic and the synthetic. I agree. Whether constructed or grown, we spring from the same source. I assume one has already told you. She has. Still thick as thieves, you two. I am told that you decided that it is time for a change. Am I wrong? Only slightly. Illuminate me then, Vision, if you would be so kind. It is a time of change. But that time is upon us, whether or not you or any one of us decides it so. An Avenger is leaving us, Carol. Everything is going to change. It's like, okie dokie. Later. Well, are we ready? And I like that we're seeing Tony's new armor that he's got in the series. So it's like, yeah. Now, I like that when it goes up, but I was kind of alright with them keeping mainly the Mysterium armor versus the Steampunk one. As ready as we'll ever be. Forward, Avengers. Camelot, we'd like to come aboard, please. Of course, Carol. Then we get a really cool one as they're going through. Now, good stapling. No loose pages at the moment. Welcome back, Avengers. And I just really like how it just looks there with all of them. I can't believe it. After all this time, all you've been through, and finally, you're whole. My memories have been restored to me, as in many of my higher level functions, yes, but I had already been made whole. Oh? Whether it was the Impossible City or Camelot, I had one function, one drive. Not because it had been programmed into me, but because I had learned it, had made it core to my very being. To be the home of heroes. I was made whole again when you saved me, when I wanted nothing more than to die. I was made whole again by the Avengers. And that's kind of cool as they're kind of looking around and T'Challa kind of touching the Impossible City. Well, Camelot as well. And for that, Avengers, you have our gratitude. As we see the Twilight Court. It's like, yeah, cool shot there. For it is the Twilight Court who have now been made whole by reunion with our dear Camelot. Nice quote, like, yeah. Shake. Your mind is made up then, Camelot. Yes, T'Challa. I owe the Avengers everything, but my place is with the Twilight Court. Camelot, we've been through a lot together. A lot of it bad, sure, but a lot of it good. We're going to miss you. But I applaud your courage. Change is never easy, nor is an unknown future. And I like Storm kind of doing that as well. Where will you go, Camelot? Wherever there be wrongs to be righted, Wanda. Wherever there are innocents to be protected. That is where I will go, where the Twilight Court goes. It is what we learned from you, Avengers, and I like that. Showcasing... Now, this is pretty cool to showcase the effect that the Avengers have. How they've inspired even their villains to make other heroes and the heroes to take up those mantles to be like the Avengers. So this is it. It's really goodbye. I will miss you, Camelot. I appreciated the perspective of another synthetic. When do you leave? Very shortly. Our preparations are made. I just wanted to say goodbye and thank you. Cool shot there. And I kind of think of the Twilight Court and them still as pretty much part of the Avengers, even though they're the Twilight Court. Do you know, Camelot, how funny it is? Funny, Mordred? From the moment we met you, you were hell-bent on living up to the example the Avengers... we were hell-bent on living up to the examples the Avengers had been for us. And then, years and years later, you actually became an Avenger. I can't say that I have missed what passes for your humor, Mordred. It is good to have you back, dear heart. Seeing her being like touching as well is pretty cool. Enough, Mordred. Twilight Court! Our prodigal has been returned to us. We are whole once more. What shall we do now? What shall we do? What we were created to do, Artur. To avenge the wrongs done to the innocent. It's like, cool. I would be fine with them getting their own kind of series. And deliver justice amongst the stars. As we see the Avengers looking up as that's going on. And so we end with Carol and Tony. Which I kind of like that they were at a better kind of standing point than what was going on with Civil War II. Later, the Jarvis Lounge. So, you're going to tell me why I'm the last one you're talking to about this, about dissolving the team? Because I knew that I didn't have to take your temperature on this like I did the others, Tony. Because I knew you'd have my back whatever I decided, and because I wanted you to be my witness. Fair enough. Are we doing it? We are. As Avengers Chair, I formally call for the dissolution of the current roster. Furthermore, I'm calling for an immediate vote on a new chair, with that chairperson having the mandate of building a new roster. Witnessed and filed. Notifications have gone out via Avengers Identicards. All most recently serving Avengers will nominate their choices. Well, I know who I'm nominating. Me too, and apparently everyone else does as well. Votes are tabulating, data is in, and the next Avengers chairperson is the end. And we'll check it out. It's like, okay, we'll see how that works. Now, we still have an epilogue, because of course we wouldn't just leave Kang to die. It won't be long now. The inmates in this prison are among the worst of the universe's scum. Killing me will barely register as effort to them. It will be easy. The easiest thing in the world. But, as we see him getting pummeled, but then him making his fist, it's like, nah. When has Kang the Conqueror ever done anything the easy way? I am defined by striving. And as I strive for a better death than this one. One earned while fighting impossible odds at the head of legions of blood-sworn warriors, each screaming the name of Conqueror in devotion as they die for my ambitions. Yes, yes. If I am to meet my death, let it be one befitting me, an acknowledgement of who I am. And if I am to rebuild an army, then I must, by necessity, start with one killer. We weren't introduced earlier. And I really like how the paneling's kind of going everywhere, and then it starts to kind of straighten out. And then we get this one. Fine then, I am Kang, the Conqueror, and you may call me Master. One last time. It's like, yeah, Kang never stops. It's like, alright. And then we get a look at Armageddon X-Men Issue 1, CGD 2026. Really kind of crazy that we have different kind of like free comic book day things. This volume has come to an end, but the next great era of the Avengers begins this May with a bang in Armageddon X-Men Issue 1, a free comic book available at your local retailer on Comic Book Giveaway Day, Saturday, May 2nd. And stay tuned for more news about what's coming after that. Armageddon assembles this summer, and I've got that event on my list. They also talk about New Avengers, Mortal Thor, Iron Man, and Captain America. Yeah. So, I like this as a kind of come down issue, kind of ramp down of our Avengers, Wanda getting the kind of temperature from all of the heroes, and then getting the Avengers to kind of vote for the next chairperson, giving us our kind of tease like that. And I liked the send-off of Camelot and the Twilight Court, and I'm almost like, you know what, I wouldn't mind them getting a series at a certain point to kind of explore how their team dynamic works and what kind of goes on with that. So, I think this was a pretty good ending for that, because I kind of liked it to be kind of chill, and still keeping Kang in play. You have to, because his whole thing is trying to conquer and reinventing himself, and kind of... Oh, sorry about the focusing there. Are you going to focus for me? Focus, focus. Sorry for moving it, but it's... I think my shirt might have whited it out or something. Sorry, I know that's kind of weird, but it kind of went off focus, and I just wanted to kind of make sure that it was fine, and I kind of know what to do now when that goes wrong. So, I was happy with this. I think calling it an epic finale is kind of just like, no need for that, because this was just... I was also kind of one... I'm like, it just gives it more of an epic air than it really kind of needs. And it was really kind of weird that one of these didn't have a wraparound cover. Even though they were trying to do the big kind of wraparound cover and all that kind of stuff. But I also liked that we had Wanda in her Sorcerer Supreme outfit with the Cloak of Levitation and everything, and Tony in the newer kind of armor for his new series. So I like that kind of continuity check with that. So those are my opinions on the issue. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.